The pick is in.
The New York Islanders have made their third pick in the 2025 NHL draft. I'm Rachel Donner, joined again by Gil Martin of Locked On Islanders. And the New York Islanders have selected defenseman Kashawn Aitcheson with the 17th overall pick in the draft. And I know you didn't necessarily expect to be in this position to take another defenseman, but you have. Like, how does that add to the prospect pool you're getting here so far?
I think it adds a different element. I mean, Aitcheson provides more physicality and size, and that's something that the Islanders certainly need. I mean, a left shot defenseman, already 6'1.5", 196 pounds, loves to hit, is a very, very competitive player and plays major minutes right now. So I really like this pick. You know, if you're first round, first overall pick, Schaefer is going to be on your first pair. Aitcheson probably projects to be a second pair defenseman with a lot of size and physicality.
Yeah, it seems like he gets a lot of his points seemingly just by accident, but they happen anyway. That he's not necessarily the type of player you would expect to be a strong offensive defenseman, but he does get the points on the board there.
Yeah, he finds a way, right? I mean, it may not always be pretty or textbook, and his hockey sense kind of grades out as average for the NHL, but he finds a way to get the job done, and he's got a pretty good shot too, which I think probably helps with, having his forwards get rebounds and deflections, and that can certainly add to the assist total as well.
Yeah, and a lot of the scouting on him says that he does rely a little bit heavily on a slap shot, which I think he's going to have to tone down a little bit and maybe add some more variety into that. But that's like a natural course of development with a defenseman as they kind of go through their progression. But it does help that he has different kinds of shots and does them from different places on the ice as part of his arsenal.
Yeah, and I think coaching kind of comes into play between now and whenever he's NHL ready. You got to develop him and sort of teach, like any young player, when to use what shot, how to mix it up, how to, bait defenders and fake them out and set up goalies for different kinds of shots. So hopefully he gets the coaching and development that he needs to reach that level.
Yeah, I would hope so. And I think that it is interesting. Like, how do you think he complements Schaefer then?
Well, I mean, I think Schaefer will provide more offense, more of a 200-foot game, and Aitcheson gives you more physicality, probably stronger in his own zone, and the fact that both of them can play major minutes, all of a sudden you're developing some very reliable players. And look, I could see both of them on the penalty kill at different times.
Right. And that's kind of where I was going to go next is, do you see him being more of a defensive defenseman if he gets to the NHL level?
Yeah, I think that'll be his primary thing. I could see him, adding some offense, but I think the physicality and the defensive zone is going to be his strengths.
All right. Well, we'll see if all of that comes to fruition. In the meantime, for more on Kashawn Aitcheson and the rest of the Islanders picks in this year's draft, check out Locked On Islanders on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.